What has kept you going for the last 4
Students.
years? The students is what keeps
Dude,
keeping
I
you
have
going?
the best students in the world. So just a change in their life, really. It's the most amazing movement work I've done.
I saw a video of Ed just launch himself off of a bar, so the lache, the let go, and it was quite a distance, and the last landing was majestic. You know, one leg on the box, full swan pose. It was pretty incredible.
Absolutely.
And
This is
explosive.
all about play.
Yeah, because you've created a sense of community and a place where
Absolutely.
it's not a chore. It's just a part of your daily life. Ed, thanks for having us over at your gorgeous and beautiful house. This
My
like
pleasure,
loft
Brian.
area is pretty incredible, and these meditation cushions are pretty phenomenal. So I met you yesterday at MoveThru, and I saw what the environment in which you teach is, and we're gonna have some footage of you teaching, which is gonna be pretty remarkable. And you've been doing this, you told me, some like 8 years, right?
4 years as a student, 4 years as a teacher. So yeah, 8 years.
8 years total. Yeah. So what's the first thing that drew you to natural movement as a whole? Like what's the thing that got you there?
I've always been extremely active, and honestly, my wife's an RN. She was at the PT clinic with a patient, and she brought home a flyer because they were just starting MoveThru down there. And I looked at it and I thought, I haven't done this before. Looks interesting. Let me try it. I literally had not heard about it. Saw the flyer and went down and met Julie. She gave me my first class, and it's like, I'm good. I haven't left.
This is where I'm at home. I found home. Nice. That's
Urban
awesome.
legend has it that I was the first student to sign up. That's what Julie's always told me. So,
oh wow, that's pretty remarkable. That's pretty incredible. So, how did you start teaching the classes at MoveThru?
I had an amazing instructor. Hats off to Jason. He was going through some life changes after 4 years of being there. He needed to change jobs, and there was no one to take over the classes. And I was so addicted to it at that point, I just said to Julie, get me certified, I'll take over.
Nice.
And that's literally how I started, right there.
Yeah, and then you started doing it.
Yeah.
What has kept you going for the last 4
Students.
years? The students is what keeps
Dude,
keeping
I
you
have
going?
the best students in the world. I really do. Intended to the older students because they're great, but I miss the activity level I had with Jason. Jason was much younger than me, and we just did crazy things.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw the video before we were interviewing. For those of you who don't know, I saw a video of Ed just launch himself off of a bar, so the lache, the let go, and then did a single leg land onto a box. How high would you say that box was?
3.5, 4 feet, something like that.
3.5, 4 feet, and it was quite a distance. And the last landing was majestic. You know, one leg on the box, full swan pose. It was pretty incredible.
Nice.
So, if you were to meet somebody now who is a young professional in the field and said, "Oh, I want to get into teaching movement classes," what's the secret sauce to success, or how do you even get started in the space? You started as a student.
I started as a student.
What advice would you give somebody today?
Wow, the biggest thing for me: know your body. If you don't know your body, I don't know how you can adequately teach people how to use their body. I have, like I said, I've been active my whole life. I've got a lot of, one of my Monday night students, we joke that deformity is my superpower. Deformed is a little bit strong language for my body, but I've got a lot of skeletal issues that I came in with. And I've had to adjust and learn how to use a less than perfect body. And I think that's actually helped me learn the muscles and the bones and how to do things and what works and what doesn't work. And knowing my body and knowing how to move, I can help people and I can watch and see what's going on.
It's the personal experience, and then because you have the understanding of that personal experience, you can use that to help educate others in the space.
Absolutely.
And you're incredibly capable. I mean, that's, I think, one thing like unique to our certification is the fact that you have to perform the movements, right? That's not a thing across the board in health and fitness. You know, some certifications is just a weekend of just, you know, written test and you're apparently an expert. But that's a really good point. You know, if you don't know thyself before you try and attempt to know others is a pretty remarkable thing to understand. All right, so we've gotten to like how you got into teaching. We got into like what keeps you around. What impact has this had on your students, do you think? Like what's the biggest thing that you've seen with your students impact-wise?
I'll talk to my older students and their ability to function better from being able to get up off the ground. That's a common thing as people age. They lose a lot of muscle strength and they want to play with their grandkids or whatever they want to do. and they have trouble getting up without having a chair or something near them. So just moving in general, I had a student just this week, her back would get sore when she would cook in the kitchen. And I said, well, let's work on your core a little bit. And so I helped her. She's 82 years old. You should see her do a plank. Just amazing. And she did a plank on a balance board. She went home and ordered a balance board for at home so she could get her core in better shape, so she could cook better. So just a change in their life. Really, that's they come back and tell me stories about, wow, I worked in the yard and I felt better, and yeah, because these are long-term students. I've had students for years. Yeah. And we've formed several communities at Langford, all the different class levels, and it's very unique.
Yeah, because I noticed you had 3 classes on the board, like Refine 1, Refine 2, and then there was like a 3rd class in there.
The Restore, and then also Evolve.
There you go. So you had like 4
That's the
classes.
one where we do
all the fancy and explosive stuff. I figured from the numbers, I was like, Refine, you're probably building the foundational skills. Refine 2 is like the next
Restore
level.
is like the foundational
Restore is
skills.
like your foundational stuff, getting you back to functional. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the moment that you take somebody through this natural movement journey, and they discover how capable they are, and they start to realize, I'm not as broken as I feel, or that pain went away, it's transformative across the board. Like they more confidence, they feel stronger, they feel safer, and it's like they almost have like a new agreement with themselves that I'm not feeble, you know?
Well, like I was saying about my body, they learn their body. Because a lot of people don't know how to move their body. And there's a lot of brain-body connections that get lost because people don't know.
You forget.
Absolutely forget. Something as simple as crawling. They start crawling. It's like, what do you mean contralateral? And they freeze because it's like, I'm supposed to move which hand and which foot? And so it gives their brain kind of a jump start too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I have 2 more questions for you. So when me and Rowan were there yesterday filming a secret project,
all right.
We noticed all the equipment that you had there, all the different things. So you had the old MovNat cubes, and you have balance beams, and you have kettlebells, and you have the water bags. And you're somebody who's taken everything that they've kind of learned and created their own footprint to be a movement instructor. How did that come? Because I assume that natural movement is the brunt of your practice, but you add in all these different tools. How did that start to coalesce?
I'm just a fitness junkie, and if I see a tool, or what I call a toy, that I think my students would enjoy, or that I could do an exercise with, I'll just bring it to class.
Nice.
And
play.
Just
integrate it. Play,
absolutely,
fun,
absolutely. This is all about play, and if we're playing, it's very different from, I'm going to go to the gym and grunt out a few sets. Nobody likes, well, some people like that.
Well, we're not meant to be in a gym.
Right. Yeah. Right. And this is so far from a gym. Yeah. And I think that's what keeps people coming back, is they realize, oh my God, I am coming, seeing my friends, having a good time, and, oh, by the way, I'm going to feel good about it. My body's going to get in shape.
Yeah, because you've created a sense of community and a place where it's not a chore. It's just a part of your daily life, right? Yeah. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
All right, my last question for you. What is your favorite teaching moment? Teaching moment, not movement.
Teaching moment?
Like what's one of your favorite times ever teaching?
Wow, that's a good one. There's so many over all the years. I don't know that I have a favorite.
Oof. I got you with a good one, huh?
You did. You did. I'm going through all my students in my head.
I'll give you my favorite one, and maybe it'll give you So one of my favorite teaching moments, I was working with a client, and she told me that one of her biggest goals, so I had worked with her for a while, and then we stopped working for years. She moved out to North Carolina, and then she's older. She was in her mid-60s, and she injured her back. I saw her maybe 2-3 years after she had injured her back in North Carolina. She came back down to Miami, and she was telling me that she was really scared to bend over, but she has grandkids, and she wants to play, and one of her biggest fears is falling or getting to the floor. And I said, you're scared to be on the floor and bend over? She was like, yeah. I said, well, how would you like to learn to stand up? And she was like, what? And we did the whole day, just lay down on the floor. But, she was very apprehensive. I don't know if I can lay down. I said, that's okay. We'll start on a bench. And I took her to an elevated bench, like a massage table. Yeah. And I had her just do some stuff there. Then we took it to the floor. And when she got up and she saw that she was still capable of getting up, I saw that like in her eye where she was just like, oh my God, Brian, this is incredible. It was so easy. I thought it was going to be so much harder. And that fear just melted away. And that was probably the most impactful and one of my favorite teaching moments ever.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fear melt away, and that is incredible to experience someone losing their fear, or not losing it, but just working through it, because you can't lose it. It's going to be there. Yeah. So what I'm thinking, I don't know if I can spot one particular, but I have a student that she is 78, I believe, and in the last year she's had 2 hip replacements. Okay. Hip replacements are a lot easier than they used to be, but still it's a major surgery, right? Yeah. She's an extreme kayaker, even at 78, and after her first hip replacement, she came and she's like, I want to do some prehab. She says, I want to be in better shape going into my next surgery. And so I got her ready for that. She had her surgery. She was back, my God, in a matter of days, she was back at MoveThru after her surgery, because she wanted to get in shape to go kayaking again. And it was probably just a few months after her second surgery that she bought a new kayak, took a trip with her husband, and went kayaking.
That's incredible.
That's the kind of, it's not like a moment, but it's like helping people get to where they want to get.
Yeah, to be able to achieve or accomplish something. Yeah, I think that's one of the most rewarding things in this profession.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
Well, I truly thank you for inviting us into your home and for doing this interview and allowing us to highlight you and what you do for the community. And I'm really excited for people to see this and see that, you know, the power that this has and how they can empower the community that they're involved in.
Yeah, the community aspect of this has been a surprise to me. I thought I would come in and just teach movement. But the community, people are crazy about it. People, sometimes they tell me they get up in the morning, they don't want to work out, but they know that people are going to be there, so they come for the community. And while they're there, they start working out because everybody else is. Yeah. It's the most amazing movement work I've done. And I've been active my whole life. I've done a crap ton of stuff. But this is just extreme. It's great.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Take care.